Good morning. Can the person who's joined with the name Angel Arias Dolly, Daddy's Moving Company, if you could unmute and let me know if you have any documents you plan to present during the hearing today, that would be great.
Hey, yeah, I actually do have some documents I'd love to present if possible. Um, just need to know how to upload them.
Sure. Can you hang on? Let me get a pen. Can you 1 second? Can you give me your email address?
Yeah, uh, it's just Arias, Arias,
Uh-huh.
at Dolly Daddy's Moving Company LLC.com.
Dolly Daddy's Moving Company.
Yes,
And is
LLC.com.
and is that like spelled out company or CO
Yeah,
company?
spelled out company.
LLC.com. Okay. So Arias, Arias at Dolly, Dolly, Daddies, Daddies, Moving Company LLC.com.
Yes.
Okay. You will get 2 emails from me, or actually 1 email from me. My name is Casey Federico, and 1 email from Box.com, which will
Okay.
provide you some instructions on what you need to do. Or sorry, the email from me will be instructions. The email from Box.com will be a service that you'll need to make a free account for to upload the documents. You will probably need a computer. I'm not very confident that it'll work on a phone.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So just
I'll
give me
see
a
you.
second and
Yeah,
I'll send you those emails.
no problem. Thank you.
Mr. Arias, it looks like we already sent you a Box.com link back in, I think, June of 2023. So it'll be that same way you access it through Box.com. I'll just send you I'll resend you the invite just in case um, well, actually, it won't let me resend it because you already accepted it. So you might have to search your email for that link if you can't find it. And otherwise, I'll just send you an email with the instructions for how to do it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Arias, I've sent you the link. The person who has joined the Zoom named Crystal Lopez, if you could unmute and tell me first the name of the company you're here on behalf of, and second, if you have any documents you would like to present during the hearing today.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it's under Tow to Go Enterprise LLC.
Okay, and did you have any documents you want to present?
No, so actually I found out that
Hang on. Sorry, you're
Okay.
gonna have a chance to go over the whole, anything you want to explain to the ALJ. I just need to make sure first if you don't have any documents you need to share, that's great. There's nothing we need to
Okay.
do. You'll get a chance to speak. But if you did, I just have some steps to go over with you. So
Okay.
if you don't, we're all set. I will rename you just to reflect your entity's name as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Before we get rolling, I just wanted to clarify one thing. I see we have a participant named Crystal Lopez, who I believe has already spoken with our court reporter, or with my legal assistant, Casey. But then there's somebody on a phone. The last three digits are 660. Can you please identify yourself and let me know who you are?
And for that person, if you're not sure how to unmute, you can unmute by dialing *6.
No? Okay. Well, I will be asking for entries of appearance. So to the person who's on the phone, please, when the time comes, unmute and identify yourself then. All right. We are recording today, so I'm not going to need to ask the court reporter to get if she's ready because we haven't got one today. So let's just go ahead and get started. I will now be calling proceeding number 23C-0567-INS. This is the Commission's bi-weekly insurance show cause proceeding set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. My name is Alenka Hahn, and I'm the administrative law judge assigned to this case. Consistent with Commission practice, we are webcasting both the audio and the video of this hearing. We are also recording the hearing. So please, to avoid any background noise, keep your microphones muted until it is your turn to speak. When it is your turn, please speak loudly and clearly, and please do not talk over each other so that we can get a nice, clean, good record. All right, first thing I need to do is ask for appearances. Let's find out who's here today. I'd like to start with counsel for the Commission. Please go ahead and enter your appearance.
Your Honor, my name is Jennifer Hayden, Assistant Attorney General with the Department of Law, representing trial staff. With me is trial staff witness Marquita Riley.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. All right, it looks like we have two respondents with us today. If I could first have, I see the name Crystal Lopez. If you could please identify yourself and tell me with whom you are, who you are representing today.
Hi, my name is Crystal Lopez, and I got a notification for Toe2Go Enterprise, LLC.
Toe2Go, okay. Great. And then I also see, like I said, a phone number. It looks like it starts with 720 and ends with the digit 660. I do not see a name associated with it. So if the person who is at the hearing attending via telephone could please unmute and identify yourself, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can unmute by hitting *6 on your phone. Again, if you could, the person on the telephone could please unmute, and by doing, that's it, *6, perfect. Go ahead. If you can tell me your name and the entity you are representing today.
My name is Ahmed Akyol. My company name is Ahmed Akyol LLC. I'm just representing myself.
You said it's Ahmed Akyol, A-K-Y-O-L? If you could go ahead and spell your name for the record.
Sure. It's A-H-M-E-T, my first name. Last name is A-K-Y-O-L, Akyol.
Akyol, okay. Mr. Akyol, thank you so much. And you said you're with Ahmed Akyol LLC, correct?
Yes, correct.
Wonderful. Okay. And you'll just use those functions on your phone, I believe, and I'll have my legal assistant just jump in if I'm saying it wrong, but I believe it's *9 to mute yourself and *6 to unmute yourself. Is that correct, Casey?
I believe so. Or no, I think *9 is raising your hand. I think it's just *6 both times.
*6 both. Oh, even easier. So just *6 to mute and *6 to unmute. And if you could go ahead and stay muted until it's your turn to speak, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Did you want me to ask him about exhibits since he joined, right just a minute or so before, or do you want me to wait to ask him that?
No, let's go ahead and ask him that so that we can keep things rolling smoothly. I'm sorry, I apologize to Ms. Hayden. If you could just be patient for a moment and let's find out if Mr. Akyol has any exhibits.
So Mr. Akil, if you can you unmute again, that's dial *6 and tell me if you have any documents you're seeking to present today.
So today I just canceled my insurance, commercial insurance.
No, that's okay. All I need to know is if you have any documents you want to show. You'll have a chance to speak with the judge and explain anything you want to explain. It's just a matter of if you have documents is what I need to know.
I don't have any documents.
Okay, that's all I need. Thank you so much.
And Casey, or Ms. Lopez, did you have any documents?
We spoke, she did not.
Okay, she did not. But I believe there was somebody on the call, on the hearing earlier, who indicated he did. That person dropped off, it appears. Is that right?
No, they're still here. Angel Arias for Dolly Daddy's Moving Company. They're still on the call.
Okay. Did not appear on my screen. Okay. Then I need to have one more entry of appearance. Mr. Arias, if you could go ahead and identify yourself and indicate for whom you're appearing.
Hello. Okay, my
Yes.
name is Angel Arias, and I'm appearing for Dolly Daddy's Moving Company, LLC.
Okay, great. Okay, so we've got 3 respondents here today. Thank you so much. All right. Before we get into the main part of the hearing, let me just ask our Attorney General representative, are you going to proceed against the 3 individuals who have appeared today as respondents?
No, Your Honor, not everybody. As it pertains to Dolly Daddy's Moving Company, the case has been dismissed. Dolly Daddy's has filed their insurance.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. All right. Mr. Arias, that applies to you. I think you said you were with Dolly Daddy's. It looks like your insurance information has been filed with the commission and you are now in compliance. So therefore, the commission is no longer seeking to revoke your permit. You are welcome to stay and listen in on the hearing if you'd like, but since the case against you has been and will be dismissed, you are also free to leave the hearing if you'd like. Your choice. Which would you like?
I will leave. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Arias, and have a great day.
You have a good one.
You too. Okay. Give me one moment, Ms. Hayden, if I could just quickly make a note to myself to make sure that I know Dolly Daddy's has been dismissed. All right, great. All right. Now, next order of business. Mr. Akil, I need to make sure that you are able to appear here as a representative of Ahmed Akil LLC. Can you please indicate to me whether you are the owner of the company?
Yes, I am.
Are there any other owners of the company other than you?
No.
Okay, so you are the sole owner of Ahmed Akil LLC, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, well, based on that information and the record as a whole, I find that you may represent your company consistent with commission rules. Ms. Lopez, same questions for you. Ms. Lopez, if you could unmute and tell me, are you the owner of your company?
No. So actually, I just found out that my husband put this stuff in my name. So I had no idea what PUC is. This is new to me. I work in banking. We're going through a divorce now, so I'm getting all this documentation. But I talked to Nate Riley. None of the signatures match. I'm filing identity theft. This business is not in my name, but he got a recent PUC just recently under a different name. I guess he didn't qualify for a background check. So I think everything was under my name unknowingly.
So you're telling me that your soon-to-be ex-husband essentially hacked your identity and filed applications for PUC permits in your name without your knowledge?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. For Toe to Go, that's what was the name of the entity, Toe to Go?
Yes, ma'am. It's Toe to Go Enterprise LLC.
And you know nothing about that entity, is that correct?
I know he has a business. I always thought it was under his name. And then when I received this in the mail, I wanted to make sure I joined this hearing because I knew he owned a business, but I didn't know anything about PUC or anything like how that works. And I had no knowledge of this being in my name. I have a
Okay.
good background and good credit, so I'm assuming that's why he put this in my name.
Wow. Okay, I will tell you right now that I don't know that I can handle all those issues in the context of this hearing. This hearing is specifically for entities that are not in current compliance with PUC rules and regulations, which mandate that those holding transportation permits have on file with the commission certifications of insurance, that they have to have cargo insurance and liability insurance and garage keepers insurance, depending on the type of business it is. So this hearing is about a whole slew of entities who we were told do not have the necessary insurance coverages on file with the PUC.
Okay.
So I can't, in this context of this hearing, handle the identity theft issue. I think that might be an issue you may have to bring up in another context, perhaps in.
Can we terminate this then? Because I don't have insurance.
But the way this works is this is an opportunity for anyone who has obtained insurance to let me know that they have done so. And then so it's an automatic procedure then. So if he doesn't have insurance and we don't get the insurance coverages on file, I have the capacity and the ability to automatically revoke those permits. So if he doesn't have those things, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, if we can please do that, because I don't want that. I want it to be revoked. And then I just need to figure out what to do going forward. Like I said, I spoke to Nate Riley about this whole thing, and he put another business in his name and he finally got the background check and all that good stuff. But yes, if you can please revoke this, because I had no knowledge and I don't even know how to run any kind of business.
Right.
So
yeah, if he doesn't file the necessary certifications of insurance, the permits will be revoked automatically.
Okay.
It'll take a bit of time. It'll be about, a month or a bit more, because it's about 20 days after my decision issues that happens. But in terms of, like I said, the identity theft and carrying on, I think that, and I cannot give you legal advice, obviously, but it sounds to me like you may have another type of proceeding in which you may want to raise those issues.
Yes, I have an attorney, so I'm working with them on this, because when I received this in the mail, it was under my name. So yes, I'm definitely working on that. So yeah, if we can revoke it, and then I'll just move forward with my attorney with everything I have to do on my end.
And given all that, Ms. Lopez, you are welcome to stay if you'd like, but you do not need to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Unless, Ms. Hayden, if you have something you want to add, please let me know. This is a new situation for me.
No, nothing to add at this point.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Honestly, Ms. Lopez, you don't need to stay. You're not here to tell me that you have the insurance. This is all that hearing is about. The revocation will happen automatically. You're welcome to join us, but you absolutely don't need to.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Ms.
Goodbye.
Lopez. I appreciate your patience and explaining that to me. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So we're down to just one respondent appearing, Mr. Akyol. So things will hopefully run smoothly. And Mr. Akyol, you said you had no exhibits. So let us then move on with how the hearing is going to proceed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me explain how these hearings are going to work. So for your benefit, Mr. Akyol. First, since the staff filed the complaint, staff has the burden to prove that the allegations in the complaints are true. This means that staff will present evidence first. This usually comes in the form of witness testimony and documents that staff will present as exhibits. Mr. Akyol, you will then have an opportunity to ask staff's witness questions during the hearing. And if staff asks for any documents to be admitted into evidence, I will give you the opportunity to object to the admission of those exhibits. You can object if you have a legal reason that you think I cannot consider the documents as evidence in this case.
Okay.
All right.
I understand.
You understand? Okay, wonderful. Let me continue then. Once staff has presented its case, it will be your turn to present evidence. You may testify on your own behalf if you'd like. And as we told you at the beginning, prior to the hearing, you will have the opportunity to admit evidence, your own documents. I believe you indicated you don't have any, and that's fine. But if you find that there's a document you would like to have us consider and would like to have me consider in my decision, please let us know, and we'll take care of getting it uploaded so that you can offer it into admission.
Okay, I understand. May I ask you a question before we start?
Yeah, is this a question about how the procedure? Sure, go ahead.
So this paperwork that I received, if this is only to provide the insurance that my company is supposed to have, or it's something more additional?
Well, this is about your company having the necessary insurance coverages, the certifications on file with the commission. The commission has to have that documentation in order to keep your permit active and in compliance with commission rules.
Yes.
And according to my notes, it looks like you are missing the liability form. We will get to all of that when it's your opportunity to speak, okay, and to present testimony. But that's what this is about today, okay?
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Now, it is also my understanding, based on the record, that staff emailed all the exhibits to you that they plan to present. So if you have not already, Mr. Akyol, you should check your email to see if you have exhibits from staff. It may make it easier for you to follow along when the exhibits are presented, especially since you're appearing, I think, by phone and therefore probably don't have video capacity. If you don't,
I couldn't figure that out.
Okay. All right. We will be presenting them on the screen so that if you have a screen capability, you will be able to see them on the screen. But if you don't, hopefully you have them via email.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Hayden, are you ready to present evidence?
Your Honor, I am. I do have a couple preliminary matters.
Great. Go ahead.
Your Honor, these are dismissals that are in relation to cases where people did not appear physically today.
Okay, great.
There are two dismissals today. Help
Wonderful.
on the Way Towing.
All right. Help on the Way Towing.
That's T-05294.
T-05294, Help on the Way Towing. Okay.
And Chapa's Towing, CHAPAS. Chapa's Towing, LLC, T-05431. Insurance has been filed in both those cases. The Department of Law will not be proceeding on Help on the Way Towing and Chapa's Towing, LLC.
Okay. And that's in addition to Dolly Daddy's, which is also dismissed, correct?
That is, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. And obviously we'll get evidence about that when the time comes, but I really appreciate you letting me know, Ms. Hayden. That's very helpful.
Okay, and one more. It has to do, and testimony will flesh this out as well, but there was one returned mail from a Bumblebee Towing, LLC. That letter was then remailed out to another address on file, and that case has also been dismissed.
Oh, okay. And then you said that was Bumblebee Towing?
Bumblebee Towing.
Okay. Bumblebee Towing.
LLC.
Remailed and now dismissed.
Correct.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much for giving me that information. It makes it much easier for me. I really appreciate it.
Certainly.
All right. Are you ready to call your first witness then?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Your Honor, staff calls Marquita Riley to the stand.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. Ms. Riley, if you go ahead and raise your right hand with me, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you so much. You can put your hand down.
Good afternoon. Can you please state and spell your name?
Marquita Riley, MARQUITA RILEY.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
And what is your job title?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
And what is your role in this proceeding?
I review the commission records and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
And do the commission statutes and rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes.
Can you tell us which statutes or rules require motor carriers to have evidence of financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers file and maintain evidence of financial responsibility.
And what needs to be provided to the commission to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008, insurance company must file, an example would be a Form E of financial responsibility to the commission.
How long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission in advance 30 days written notice when insurance is being canceled or not renewed.
What is the next step when you receive a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
We use the commission's authorized database to compile a list of motor carriers where their insurance has been canceled or not renewed.
Were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
And can we look at what has previously been marked as hearing exhibit 1? Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Who prepared this list?
Commission staff.
How is it prepared?
We use the commission's authorized database to compile this list.
And when did staff prepare this list?
On November 17th, 2023.
Can you describe where the date appears on exhibit 1?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in exhibit 1 as part of the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain documents like exhibit 1 as part of its business record and the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit exhibit 1.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Akil, let me give you an opportunity. Do you have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 1, the hearing listing cycle that was printed on November 17th? Mr. Akil, you're muted right now. Can you let me know whether you have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 1?
So I don't have any objection. I don't have the vehicle and I'm not doing the business anymore. So I talked to somebody at the department, but they
Mr.
didn't let me
Akil?
know what to do next.
Okay, I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me everything in just a moment, but right now it's the staff's turn to present the case. Right now, the only question I have for you is, did you have any objections to the admission of hearing exhibit 1?
I don't have objection.
Okay, great, thank you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's fine. Trust me, I promise you will have an opportunity to tell me the story. But for now,
Okay.
hearing exhibit 1 is admitted into evidence without objection. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
If we could please scroll through 9 pages that make up exhibit 1 to complete the record. Thank you. Ms. Riley, based on this list, what action did the commission take?
The commission sent a letter to each respondent.
Okay. I'd like to turn your attention to what has been marked as hearing exhibit 2. What are these documents?
These are copies of the letter sent to each respondent on today's updated list.
And what does the information in the letters tell the respondents?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority may be suspended as of the date the insurance expires unless proof of proper insurance is submitted with the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondents that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
The letters were sent on November 17th, 2023.
Is it the practice of the commission to create letters like these in the regular course of its business activity?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 2 into evidence.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Akil, same question. Do you have any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 2, which is the compilation of letters sent to respondents on November 17th, 2023?
No, I don't have any objection.
Thank you. Hearing Exhibit 2 will be admitted into evidence without objection.
If we could please scroll through the 20 pages that make up Exhibit 2 to complete the record, that'd be appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes. Per Rule 6006 requires that motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
Were these notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents provided to the commission?
Yes.
How did the commission serve these letters?
The letters were mailed through first-class postal mail.
Now let's turn to what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 3. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the attachment sent to each respondent with each notice letter in Exhibit 2. This attachment contains information about how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On November 17th, 2023.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes.
Did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing Exhibit 3.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Akil, do you have any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 3, which is the attachment A, which was provided with the letters and provides the information on using Zoom to attend the hearings?
No, I don't have any objection.
Thank you, Mr. Akil. Hearing Exhibit 3 will be admitted into evidence without objection.
If we could scroll through the 5 pages that make up Exhibit 3 to complete the record. Thank you. Now let's talk about what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 4. Can we take a look? Thanks. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachment sent to each respondent.
Did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 4.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Akil, any objection to the admission of hearing Exhibit 4, the certificate of service?
No, no objection.
Thank you, Mr. Akil. Hearing Exhibit 4 will be admitted into evidence without objection.
The language on the certificates states whose name and addresses appear below. And below that it states, see hearing cycle listing. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing in Exhibit 1?
Yes.
If we could please return to hearing Exhibit 2, which is the notice letter. The letter informs the respondents about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens?
Then we do not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
Did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
If we could please take a look at what has previously been marked as hearing exhibit 5. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file.
Did staff create this list in the same way you described as in hearing exhibit 1?
Yes.
Who created this document?
Commission staff.
And when was it created?
On December 12th, 2023.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing in exhibit 5 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves for the admission of exhibit 5.
Thank you, Ms. Hayden. Mr. Akil, any objection to the admission of hearing exhibit 5, the updated hearing cycle listing, which was prepared yesterday?
No objection.
Thank you, Mr. Akil. Hearing exhibit 5 will be admitted into evidence without objection.
Did staff send a letter to all motor carriers listed in hearing exhibit 5?
Yes.
Do the addresses listed in hearing exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in hearing exhibit 2?
Yes.
When is the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in exhibit 5?
This morning, December 13th, 2023.
Are you aware of any pending applications affecting a common and contract carriers listed in hearing exhibit 5?
No, we don't have any pending applications at this time.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in hearing exhibit 5?
Yes, we do have 3. We have Help is on the Way Towing, PUC number T-05294, Chiapas Towing, PUC number T-05431, and Dolly Daddy's Moving Company, LLC, PUC number HHG-00772. Insurance has been filed for all 3 companies.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Are you aware of any letters returned to the commission?
Yes, we did have one for Bumblebee Towing, LLC. That letter was remailed to another address on file, but they have been dismissed and they are not on the updated list.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. When the decision, we can go ahead and take down exhibit 5. Thank you. When does the decision made after this hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proper proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order of the commission?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
What is staff's recommendation today?
Staff recommends that the permit or certificate of the motor carriers listed on hearing exhibit 5 be revoked due to lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for Help on the Way Towing, Chiapas Towing, and Dolly Daddy's Moving Company, LLC.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. Okay, Mr. Akil, it is your opportunity now to cross-examine staff's witness, Ms. Riley. Do you have any questions you would like to ask of Ms. Riley?
I have a question about, so I'm not gonna submit the documents because I don't own the vehicle and I don't do the business anymore. So it might be my fault to not inform them because I only talked to them only once. So I want it to be reworked. So I don't do the business anymore. So I don't have any question.
Okay.
I only have a question that what to do next after this.
Okay, do you want to ask Ms. Riley any questions about that? You do
Yes.
have an opportunity to do so if you'd like to. Go ahead.
Yes. So after working the documents, closing the transportation company, what file I need to provide? That's the only question I have.
We have a cancellation form. Excuse me. We have a cancellation form on our website that you can fill out, and we can go on and cancel your permit. After the hearing, I could go on and email you a copy of that form. You could just fill it out and email it back to me, and we could go on and cancel your permit for you if you like. And when or if you're ever to come back, you could keep this same PUC number and just start the process over.
Great. Thank you.
Any
I
other
would
questions?
like to have an email.
Okay, I will do that after the hearing.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. Mr. Akil, do you have any other questions for Ms. Riley?
I don't have it.
Okay. Ms. Hayden, do you have any redirect now that Mr. Akil has completed his questioning?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Does staff then rest?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hayden. All right, Mr. Akil, it is now your opportunity to testify on your behalf if you would like to. Do you want to do that? And what I mean by that is you can tell me what you want me to know. Anything you want me to know, now is your chance to tell me.
No.
You have nothing you want to say?
Not
That's
about
fine.
this case. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, you are absolutely under no obligation to testify if you don't want to. So with that, Ms. Hayden, do you have any other evidence you need to present?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then I think that will bring the evidentiary portion of this hearing to a conclusion. So let me just tell you what the next steps from here are. And that is that I will issue a written recommended decision. Mr. Akil, just please note that that decision is not effective immediately. It will be effective 20 days after the mailing date, which will be stated on the decision. So please pay close attention to the mailing date, which will be on the decision. Please also make sure that we have the correct mailing address and email address for you, because that is how the decision will be delivered to you. A decision will also include information on what you can do to avoid revocation. Let me be clear that I don't know when this written decision will issue, but rest assured that you will have time after it is issued to take action to avoid any revocation if you want to. As you talked with Ms. Riley, though, I understand you're thinking of canceling your permit altogether, and that too will bring this hearing closed, dismissed as to your entity. But as Ms. Riley noted, you will have 20 days from the mailing date after the decision before that decision becomes final. So even if you don't get the cancellation paperwork filed quickly, you still have a period of time within which to do so. All right. Any other questions, Mr. Akil, about the proceeding and what you need to do? Do you have additional questions?
Yes, I do. I'm kind of confused about the process. So the decision we will make in 20 days, based on today's hearing.
No, so, I'm not sure when the decision will issue. I'm going to write it as quickly as I can, and then it has to go through our process to get filed. And then once it's issued, it doesn't become effective for another 20 days. So there'll be a statement on there that says that the decision has gone out. So whatever you take whatever that mailing date is, let's say it goes out in a week, plus 20 days. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about the proceedings, the procedures?
No, I don't.
Okay. Ms. Hayden, anything else you want to, any other closing statements? Okay.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then I think we have completed everything.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Sure.
The department has my previous address, so I need to update my new address.
You need to update your new address. Okay.
Yes.
I believe you can contact the PUC and give us to us? Ms. Riley, if you could give him instructions on how to best get his address updated.
I will email him a copy of the cancellation form and then a form to also update his address. I'll email both of them so that we can go on and get that changed in our system.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Ms. Riley. Really appreciate it. All right. Anything else, Mr. Acul?
I don't have any other question. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Hayden?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your patience and presentation today. That will then conclude our hearing and we will be adjourned. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mr. Acul.
Thank you.